So, is everything working? Looks like it. Well then, I have to just speed up because there's only a 10-minute practice session ahead of this race, so I have to like actually get into gear and get this stuff ready. Else I'm not gonna race. This is pretty simple. Where's my ACC gone? No, I'm just blind. Nothing new on that front. Oh great, my overlay has rotated even further. I literally moved it a bit back and it's decided to rotate even further to the right. God damn it. Okay, primary card, change this to Reiter. I didn't copy the password. Pro League. Where are you guys? There's the password. Oh, it's a practice server. Where's this? Ah, there. There's the server. Right. 9 people in the end. That's like we actually have a race. I mean, the server just went live about a minute ago. With Ben Cook being the first guy on the server and me being the second guy. Come on. Come on, render the overlay. I did not want you to make a fucking... Stop making screenshots, for God's sake! Why are you screenshotting? Let me access my fucking menu! Ugh! Yeah, I have to delete a bunch of screenshots afterwards, apparently, because... SteamVR wants to do SteamVR things and not let the edit mode open up. Right. So. I don't have a broken neck either. Guess that's a common problem as well. Right. Those guys have started rolling. It is a green track even, so that's fun to know. Electronics, ECU map 1. Why the fuck use anything else? Turn the traction control and ABS down immediately. It's pretty cold, I think. 4-3 brake ducts is probably fine. Have to see how we set up the rear wing for this track. Brake pads on 1, we don't need really endurance of our pads. Brake pads rearwards, we need a bit more spring range in this thing, else we just... And we probably also want a bit more spring stiffness on this. And a bit more spring range on the rear. So it can, you know, actually absorb stuff. And not just be immediately launched as soon as you look at the curb the wrong way. Right, okay then. Tire pressure probably on the low side here. Oh, it has also asymmetric toe on the rear. Minimize the toe. I don't think this car actually needs that much toe. Anything else asymmetric that I haven't missed? Because these tiny asymmetries can like fuck with shit at times. Alright, I've removed those. Looks like I got rid of 4 of them. Right. Okay then. Maybe a bit more TC. Well, it's been a hot minute since I've driven a car that actually has traction control. Or ABS. Ah, this thing's covering up stuff again. Yeah, we probably want to take some rear wing off. Alright, does pretty well on this corner. Brake pretty late for this corner, but that's probably because I'm not carrying much speed out of turn 1. It is struggling to put the power down on the throttle. Fastest time 24.8. I don't think I can quite match that. At least not with this car. And also it's a green track, so I think in general that would be a bit of an ask. Qualifying? I think I can do that. Race? Concern. Oh, come on. Although yeah, definitely drivers are a bit slow. But yeah, I'm a bit more slower. 28. I brake a bit later and immediately missed the corner by a kilometer. Yeah, and we're not making particularly much gains. Oh, and my tire pressures are very high. It's only really my front right, front left that has too high pressure. The other tires seem to actually be more or less fine. Surprisingly. No, Jesus, why is there so much wheel spin out of this one corner? Well, actually, I do have a setup, I think, for this car on this track. Why am I trying this here? To set up this car. Pretty sure I have a set. Well, the pressure adjustments probably will help me anyway. This is the last lap anyway. Let's check. Do I have a setup? Yeah, I do actually have a setup for this track.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Okay. It does run a lot more wing on the other end. Very different brake bar settings. Softer springs. More fuel in the car. Definitely want to drop. More TC, a bit more ABS, probably makes sense. Frankly. And higher pressures are definitely interesting because on the right side they are pretty high, on the left side they are low. I feel like tire pressure might actually like out of the box work. Well, actually they have gone up the temperatures. Yeah, I think that might work. Just scared of the Rex and the V12. Yeah, nobody's turning up because they're scared. Yeah, we have a very small bridge here tonight. I have a feeling I might just not go particularly fast. Let's first let the tires get up to temperature. Car's a lot more stable out of the hairpin there. I'm taking all the bullets with me. All the corner markers, they're gonna be mine. Every little one. Okay, there's a lot of oversteer on the brakes. This is annoying that it's covering up my brake bias adjustment because I don't know where I'm putting it to. Let me just grab this here. Now I think I've eliminated all of these markers. Let's see, what do we open with? Yeah, obviously, because it's my first timed lab. Not having a massive oversteer spike into that corner helps. Run to the line, what's gonna be, what is gonna be. Oh, come on! Just didn't want to downshift. Switch there. Ah! The odds are doing 23.8. I think Crook is in the V12, if I'm not mistaken. And even then he's still going faster than me. I mean, I've gotten this thing down to 26.4, which is already something. I don't think there's quite much more that I can do really with the car. I think that lap was about as fast as you can go with it. Yeah, so it's continuing to actually improve even on his lap. Man, I would struggle to beat him with a normal GT3 car at that point. Too fast. There's a lot of rear end rotation on the setup. On the brakes. Car really wants to come around. Another mistake, Pix. But somehow I'm like completely matched with my own time. Except that I missed this apex. Still, I'm like so close to the lap, and it's still not playing any difference. Oh, it just didn't want to turn. Oh, massive lockup up the hill. It's just so strange at times. Because, yeah, I have massive oversteer on the brakes, like this. And then I have also understeer, and it's like... Why? I came by the... Cooked by. How about this higher pressure doing? Oh man, they were all over the place. Granted, that was coming out of a slide and not corner. So I think I should take some pressure out of these tires. Just a click of rear wing out of it. Because I know the old V12 is not particularly the most competitive car on the circuit. It can be pretty competitive still on Monza, for example. Or some other circuits, but like here it doesn't do that well. Even when you don't get wrecked out of the race, which definitely doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, it's still definitely in a different class than the worst GT3 car there is in the game. That especially struggles in specifically this section of the track. Later for this corner actually. So he's pulling over, 3 minutes on the clock. Ah, I got oversteer from the... I just grazed that curb and it sent me oversteering. Which is just hilarious. That was stupid! I mean, I'm going actually pretty close to my own times, which is pretty impressive. forgot to move the brake pads for this specific corner. There's so much time that I just found. It's not gonna matter at all in qualifying. Yeah, I technically have time for another lap. I didn't think that. Let's try that. It's not looking good. Yeah, especially after this adventure here. Missing the apex. And I just slightly missed out on getting sub 2 seconds from pole time. Although I'm nearly 2 seconds clear of the next car behind me, which is slightly embarrassing. For them rather than me. Let's come into the pits, I would say. Tire pressures are pretty solid. Although I think the right side is maybe slightly under pressured. Oh. Got pulled out of my lap. I guess the game was like, yo, you're coming into the pits? Oh, we're gonna just return you already. Right then, okay. We need a bit more than 20 liters, I feel like. I mean, it's a 20-minute race. We should probably be fine with about 50 liters, I think. Because we have to guess at this point. The car has 130 liter fuel tank, so 60 liters or so should be enough, hopefully. We're just gonna have to guess. Really? Right. So we have Wood and Yurfi behind us. And we have Crook in front of us. With his Aston. We have Verboven and Seata. It would have been nice if we had more people, because it would be a bit more interesting in a larger field to bring a Reiter than in a small field where you either just get smashed anyway or smash. But it's only 2 short 20-minute races, so it doesn't like matter too much. We're just gonna get them over with anyway. Not much to gain or lose. Right. My CC rating is at 88 and my CN rating is at 95. Oh, that's my racecraft, my safety rating are all at 99. And my PC is at 61 because I've done once. One of those cups. And, well, actually with that one was the only one I ever drove was with the Reiter, but like, not with the Reiter, with the Maserati, but back then I wasn't able to really drive it. And it was Paul Ricard, which is a track I haven't since then ever raced on with the Maserati. As far as I know, it probably sucks. Pretty sure these days I can do better than that. Oh yeah, I should have probably moved mine. We are on the correct engine mode, which is something at least. Not much heating needed. And also didn't really need to move the brake bars either. Apparently I'm getting them even slightly warm right now.
Going double file.
Do I have everything in race ready configuration? I think I do. Speed limits.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That's a bit of rally cross there for me.
Clear on
Ooh,
the right.
I did not see him going there. He crashed into him. Oh, I got a twitch. Otherwise I could have challenged a bit with these two fighting in front of me. Oh, Seata. Ah, Seata wants to have an interesting race. Where Woven stays in front. Although he could have looked for a better place to let him spy.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Car on the left.
Oh god!
Clear on the left.
That was a bit menacing. I don't know what happened to Woven suddenly. But yeah, now the Reiter is in front. Now this is an interesting situation.
Car on the right.
Ah!
Got some light damage on the front of the car.
Okay, and goodbye now to the cars behind. Although they're actually kind of keeping up. And you don't even have a straight line speed advantage anymore. how much he closed in on me in the mid-corner section. And let's face it, Wood was 2 seconds a lap slower than me in qualifying. Okay, and he sends it straight on. Well, that's probably more the reason. He had the pace, till he didn't. Is Verboven also not on the new... Is he in an Evo 2 or an Evo 1? Audi. I'm not sure. From looking at one of my rear view. Slight apex miss there. I mean, me winning this is very unlikely still. Even though how hard it is to pass on the circuit, but I'm just so much slower than them. And well, they have brakes in their cars. Ooh, that was a bit close! It's noticeable that it's not just that I have not that much brakes, it's also that these guys can brake later than have more corner speed and can therefore carry into the corner more speed, which results in me, you could say, come on Lucas. Got the correct thing up. Oh come on, no. I mean, that's one way to stop someone overtaking you, is being just completely and utterly sideways. I guess that works. But now the fun part begins, because if he gets under pressure from the Aston, these guys go side by side, they can lose a lot of time doing that. And oh yeah, Seata also getting involved in this fight now, after he let everybody by. He's going to easily, within the 10 minutes, cycle back to the front. How long do we have left? 13 minutes. Well, a quarter of the distance so far done. Would be at least cool if I can lead half the race, which would be a bit funny. Especially as it's just a massive traffic jam behind the Reiter. Fuel I have plenty. Man, he got close there. She's closing in for this section. Oh, that's wide! And now I have power.
Well done, mate. That's not fast as now.
Oh, that's not good. He's gonna go alongside. And I outbreak myself.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Both of them will be very thankful for me holding the other two up. And they're getting pretty feisty behind again. Yeah, when you're this much slower as I am with this car, it's like very difficult to defend. I mean, he has gone by and has immediately gapped me by like 2 seconds. Yeah, 25-0 from him. Despite making the overtake in turn 2. Oh, slight lock up. Ooh, that's got close. Oh, that's not good. Union advantages even when they're in the slipstream, they're not much faster than me. Straight line. And if you're that close to my gearbox, you can't really go run on me. Objects in the mirror may appear closer than they are, further away than they actually are.
Keep pushing.
A BMW in my mirror. Not again.
Car on the right.
Okay, he's alongside.
Clear on the right.
Oh, Cook is back behind me. Oh no, Crook.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Losing to the car heading 71. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
But yeah, I basically gifted this win to Verboven. Seattle has his hands full here and he's still not by me. When Kirk is on the loose. doesn't mean he's gonna go particularly quick, because I think he was the third slowest of the drivers.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Couldn't keep the streak going of going side by side for like half a lap. Wanted to fake it, but like I wasn't close enough to make a move really. Temp jumping. There's no point in taking people intentionally out effectively. Right. It was a good fight. However, I mean, at least I spent most of the race actually fighting people. Because, well, the rest of the race is not going to be particularly interesting. Because I'm pretty secure in P4 here. E5 is just a bit too far back. Well, I think he might be actually gaining a bit on me. Still though. Yeah, he's... Woven has probably won this. Let's see, Alta can actually return to P2. Pretty sure of it. In any case, I still led a few laps here in this race. Which is hilarious. Oh, Seattle with a 23-7 in race. The disrespect here.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I couldn't do that. Let's just consider this guy was stuck behind me for so long and unable to pass me despite being about... What is that? I'm lapping 4 seconds per lap faster. Nearly. Not quite. I think it's more like 3 seconds. It's 3 seconds per lap faster. Cannot pass me. Or at least severely struggles with doing so. Well, he has his work cut out passing Crook then. Alright, going side by side up the hill there, but it looks like the Archer is by him already. He put up less of a fight against him than I did. Ah, he's still fighting back there on the outside. And coming back on the inside there again. God, this is pretty thrilling to watch occasionally when I can see it. Because I'm a bit far back at this point. Car ain't the quickest. How's it going? He's ahead going into the high speed corner here. He's still sort of side by side there. Well, it's sad that I wasn't able to. They went probably longer nearly side by side than I did with him. But I think they occasionally interrupted and then resumed the side by side. While mine was like completely continuous. The guy behind is actually losing time, so. But we actually lost driver 6 completely. So we're only 5 now. MUQU has retired. It's only the 4 fast ones. The 3 no, not the 4 fast ones, sorry. The 3 fast ones. I'm definitely not one of them, even if I had battled them. My car is not fast enough for us tonight. The 3 faster ones, the Reiter and the Porsche driver. The back of the field. Gonna probably be the final lap here. Woven has clutched it. If Seattle had gotten by like a few laps earlier, he would have probably caught up with Woven. Crook and P3. And I finished P4. And we have a race 2 as well, so I don't think this is over yet completely. Right. Okay, nah, Seatra finished with like 8 seconds down still to Verboven. Hooked in 4 seconds down to that, and I finished P4. 4 seconds behind Crook. What a race, yeah. We can take some fuel out of the car though. At least. Right then. Probably if I actually had not been in front, we would have gotten an extra lap likely. It's an interesting consideration. That I led us to have an extra lap. Number 6. Yeah, but Boven is actually in Nevo too. You can see that from the steering wheel. And from the rear wing. So yeah, Verboven the only one in a really new car. And the newest car. Geoffrey is in a... This is not normal. Or right, so here. Temperatures have actually gone down slightly. Guess I should put some pressure into the tires. Not really much, I think. Let's actually go for 0.3, I think more. Probably too much, but hey, let's just roll with that. Fuel we've already reduced to make it a bit more palatable, I guess. Then we shall I'm pretty sure the outro is not. Maybe he's still gonna decide to drop to the back of the grid just to spice it up again.
30 seconds.
But he is definitely aware how like difficult it is to pass the bloody Reiter. I'm driving the widest Reiter possible. I'm not making it particularly simple to pass me. So if it lets me drop by, then well, it definitely changes the outcome of the race slightly. Makes it quite difficult to regain positions. Lead.
Stay single file.
Actually, I do have an ABS readout already on my dash. I'm thinking I don't have brake bias on the dash, but I have ABS. There's actually an alternative dash which shows... Oh, that shows actually kilometers per hour underneath the bar rather than the RPM. So that's interesting. But you only get the RPM in this box here with the FU, TG, TO, TW and PO values. Well, those must be the T values must be temperatures. TW is water probably. I don't know. TG is gearbox, and TO is oil. PO is oil pressure, and FU is fuel, because that's precisely the fuel load that we have left. Interesting. Well, there's a different PO up there when I swap the dash back over. And that is a different value. PF? Well, that's fuel pressure, actually. I don't know what TEX is. Probably some differential value. Because it goes up when the RPM goes up. Oh, we're too far forward. That's why I'm far driving into. Forward the brake bias. And down is ABS.
Green light, show them where you go.
Crook trying to get by Verboven again. There's not enough space on the road to make it through wide. That costs time. Oof! Car's just suddenly clipping into the floor, and yeah, so he decides to let us by again. Well, this time he decided a spot where perhaps people weren't going side by side. You know, because that's kind of like a slight problem. They're actually losing ground right now to me. Like, I'm actually able to keep up right now. I find it interesting. For the high speed corners. Interesting enough that gear actually went in. Guess the downshift protection isn't as aggressive with this car than some others. Hold on a second, I just set the fastest up. Yeah. For a brief moment I am holding right now the fastest lap of the race. Probably because the Archer invalidated his last lap. Because he's right behind me again. I mean, it's not like a large field for a repass again. Oh, he's got the run already.
Clear on the right.
And I bottled it. Well, about to say he's gonna bottle it as well, but he helped the slide there. Crook just dropped the wheel on the grass there. Oh, if we found the corner.
To the car heading 71.
This will definitely be significantly less eventful. Although for now we have some prime viewing position here, but probably gonna change in the near future. We're gonna just not have the pace to stay with them really. Even when they get feisty. Just isn't quite enough pace in this Riser to pull something like that off. I'm lapping 25.7s now? Well, that was definitely not happening in qualifying or race 1. At least it's a relatively nice time of day. Track in the glow of the evening. At least it looks nice. I mean, it's pretty unfortunate for the Porsche driver being just that he is just too slow to really like get involved at all with anything. I think his pace is relatively close to mine. The problem is he just makes too many mistakes. So he just ends up bleeding time like crazy. I mean, this is one of the hardest tracks in the game, in my opinion.
Falling behind the car in front in sector 2.
And produces some pretty tough racing. Well, it actually doesn't really produce like tough side-by-side racing, but it mainly produces a survival racing. Well, whoever wins is the person who's actually still alive at the end of the thing. Because passing is so difficult that it's just down to like not crashing. Like, it's so difficult that you can't pass a Reiter. And those guys haven't like also switched. Okay, I mean they're trying right now actually to switch positions. It's like so difficult on a circuit to like really pass. Oh, hello. Oh, the order still hasn't changed. Woven is still in the lead. It's the outside and Kirk behind. I think I'm gonna have some fun, at least. I'm just gonna make up the numbers for the rest of the race. I think I got about this fast in actual qualifying. And the track is optimum now, compared to qualifying where it was still fast, so... I did not expect a sneeze mid the race today. Crook actually has now been passed by Saphire. So Saphire is now free to actually charge after Valboven to prevent the Valboven from getting 2 wins in a row. Actually be able to do it. I mean, he's pretty close to him, as you can see in front. But we have to just like more watch the timing than anything, because well, we don't see them very often due to how far they've at this point gotten already away. Well, they're only about 6 seconds ahead of me. Yeah, I'm definitely going significantly faster, I think, this race than actually the last one. Which I find interesting. Although the pace difference will probably not make much of a difference. It's pretty unfortunate the very low attendance we got today. I think some people really like turned up here, like myself, more as like a joke. I'm not gonna turn up for any further events. I was kind of like already doomed this series to die. It was fun. Definitely was already fun. think that's a first in terms of like how to cut this corner. I really have to see. See, Arthur is starting to run out of time, it seems. Although I think he has right now 3 laps to go. Plus this one, actually including this one. I actually think plus this one probably. It's gonna be tight. I think it's not just enough time to get 3 laps in before the end. But it's gonna be really damn tight. I don't think they're gonna make it. It's gonna be finishing right on the timing. Time of right is expiring. 2 laps to go. So we have to see how their lap times are. Maybe they are able to do it. I mean, if they're doing another 23, then they should probably be able to do it. So it's just so goddamn tight. Boven is still in the lead. Come on. Drag that BMW into the lead. The old car shall prevail over the newfangled stuff. Showing what you're made of. Nah, they're lapping actually too slow for doing it. I don't think they will make it. It's the final lap then. Oh, actually Saphire has gotten by. Well, that's an interesting development. He has just about squeezed himself by, apparently. So that last lap will be something important to rewatch on the replay. Because, well, we didn't see anything because it happened 10 seconds later, but so unfortunately it was a bit difficult to see at that point. We're gonna just come around here. Yep. Checker flag is out, Saphire wins. Head of the Boven Crook. And then eventually I come home in P4.
Good job, mate. You did your best. Bring it back to the pits.
Loading. So, return to garage. But in the end, I think the qualifying order was reconstructed again. And we can see, yeah, Crook qualified P3. I qualified P4, obviously. Yeah, my qualifying time was a 25.5. Not actually particularly bad. Right. Okay, the Seattle has already hit that point. Let's see. Where does he get by him? Boven in front. Yeah, oh, he just sends it on this corner here. And Boven is not able to get a fast exit around the outside. Although he is still in there. And this area is advantageous for the M6 a bit, but the difference in top speed is minuscule. But Seattle just has the balls to just go around the outside and make it stick. Boven didn't quite trust his car to not understeer into him and lost the position because of that. And then ate some grass hits for good measure. Right, I think we've looked at this sufficiently. So, I mean, okay, actually most people are not on the server anymore. It was just Verboven that was on there anymore. Well then, I guess that's good enough. I can leave as well. We have something still to do though. This is not quite over yet. I feel like I want to do something I haven't gotten around before, and I think this is the perfect time to actually do that. Well, let's doing the practice runs on here. Let's start their fucking their malware first. The World Sim Series app, because like fucking hell, you need a separate client or some shit. I mean, it's kind of neat for if you're doing AC racing, but like as I'm racing on the ACC content, it's just like you know, it's been like, I don't know, 6 or so months, and it's like also that it has a default setting for the install that it constantly runs. I feel like that is just unacceptable. It's kind of neat, obviously, but like, come on guys, could you just include like a desktop shortcut, because that makes more sense instead of the installer instead of. Oi. Okay, well then, let's just, is this stuff working here? I have the fucking app running, stop pretending like it isn't. Yeah, it is connected, fuck you. So, free practice. we do have to probably actually switch the car. We should be fine keeping our search here. Let's... I mean, I could drive with the unliveried car. But I think even if nobody sees actually livery on the car, I feel like obligated to promote tolerance towards fat chests. Right, okay. Well then, we need to actually do 20 laps on the server, which is a lot. Maserati O2, I think it is, that we need to use. Yeah, September 13th this year, so this is the new setup I drove on recently. Yeah, I think in significantly hotter conditions, but still. This does have the fix on the rear wing. Decent brake pads adjustments, although we probably want some brake pads, front ones on there. Especially if we're planning to do a 24-hour race on this car. Right, I'm just gonna test drive a few laps and see what we get. Alright, and I have to now do 20 laps or so, which is a lot. I think they're going to ask for valid laps, so I need to basically do a full stint. Because we're not lapping that much faster than the 2-minute mark, which means this is gonna take us nearly 40 minutes. Or probably it's gonna actually take us 40 minutes, if not a 4 hour. If I have to reset or anything, or invalidate a few laps. Well, we do have a slight objective. There's somebody who had in GTA 4 qualified with a 54.3. I don't think I can quite match that. Well, they haven't qualified, they've set their laps. And they've gotten a 54.3 in an Audi. I don't think I will quite match that. I think 55 should be possible. Although the server is completely green, which is also something. How much time do we have actually? Okay, an hour 21 in the session. Good. We don't have to worry about the session running out before we are done. At least that's a positive. Because I have to do my laps before I can even sign up. But I'm still not sure if I'm gonna actually do this event. Or if I'm going to go over to Racing Pals. Because those guys are also hosting a race at Barcelona, multi-class. But it's a 4-hour race instead of 24. And if I'm doing this solo, they are the more likely option. Because solo 24 hours, even though I kind of like the idea of it, because you don't actually get the chance to do this. But I haven't done something like this before. I've done solo 6. And I wanted to like step up with like doing a Targa Floria run. Oh, he's driving different out. A Targa Floria race, a full one, 10 lap race, which is about 8 hours or so. Solo. I think I can do that. However, oh, 56. Need to go a bit faster than that. Come on, brakes. Yeah, I would like to have one really fast lap, a qualifying lap most likely. Just in case I'm actually gonna get other people. Because if I can get anywhere close to this alien in the Audi, then it's gonna be a decent development. Only 2/10 of a second improvement. But I am into the 55s now finally at least. Tire pressures are pretty good. So we can actually continue on with the stint. The GT3 driver isn't going particularly fast. But there are also like some GT4 drivers that are doing like 2 minutes on the live timing, and it's just like on the fast lap tracker, and I'm just like, okay. 59s, 2 minutes, I'm just like, I mean, okay, the track is green, right? It's kind of like, how the hell did this guy pull a 54 free off? Even if you go qualifying trim and everything. I think that's just both a really fast driver and someone who's just did a hot lap instead of trying practice laps. I mean, he has like 70 laps on the server as well, which is just, you know, gives me this slight feeling this guy didn't actually practice for the Enduro, he practiced just at a hot lap. My respect greatly diminishes for people who do stuff like that. Best line. But yeah, I mean, if I choose to do 24 hours, I definitely have to suffer through more than just doing 40 minutes of this thing. I mean, the grid is starting to actually feel... Actually, you are way too late. You completely missed the stream. You completely missed the race. Because I'm done with the race and I'm doing practice hot laps. Not hot laps, actually. Doing 40 minutes worth of, like, laps to fulfill the minimum requirement for a 24-hour race I'm planning to attend next week. Because, yeah, they demand of you to do 20 laps. So I'm just like, oh, great, awesome. So let me sit down and do those briefly. Before I can even sign up, that is. So yeah. And also in the car that I'm gonna drive, so I intend to drive the Maserati there. As per usual with me. But yeah, you missed the Reiter race. Completely. Granted, I didn't put the stream up that early, and well, it was relatively quick. This was a short practice, it was short. With 2 short races and a short qualifying, so not much. Race 1 is the more interesting one. Race 2 is a bit boring. That's all I can say. Because race 2 featured a lot of issues, you could say. Nah, the hell am I talking about? Race 2 was fine. It's just race 1 I got into the lead with my Reiter, which, you know, that gets interesting. When suddenly people are like 2 seconds faster than you have to pass you. Okay, that was a bit oversteery. I'd like to go slightly quicker than what I am doing right now, but track screen, so it's not like the pace is particularly good. Why are all these like marker boards? Or oh yeah, right, that one GT3 decided that he wanted to drive the old layout. Trying out an alternative layout on this track, and that's why all dead marker boards all around, because he murdered them all. It's valid labs, because that's the only thing that really matters here right now. I just need a bunch of valid labs being set. Sooner rather than later I'm actually gonna be done with this. Seems we're actually getting some people on the server here. Nearly as many as there were on the race. It's funny. But none of them have actually come around to pass me yet. Which probably won't be the case in the race, because the race has decent GT3 grid. There's so far only one GT4 up signed up, and you don't know how many drivers are in each entry. Well, the DLC, I mean, in multiplayer you can drive on DLC tracks. Like, you don't need the DLC tracks to actually drive on them, but you do still need the DLC cars to drive them. That's the thing with AMS2, which is pretty neat. I mean, I had my issues with AMS2 due to, well, in single player too. Okay, then I guess you bought them or something. I guess you bought the complete edition or something like that from one of the key results, and it's actually working. I don't know. Well, in any case, that's neat. I actually got the AMS2 for free because someone bought the Humble Bundle, one of the racing Humble Bundles, and he had AMS2 already, so I was like giving away keys, and I took, well, the AMS2 key. I thought about actually buying the bundle and giving basically every piece of content that is in there away because I had basically everything. Besides AMS2. That was a better way of going about it. And it would have probably cost me about a similar amount, although I would have had only the base game AMS2. But yeah, base game AMS2 it's nice enough as well. It's just I haven't played it actually that much because I haven't gotten around to driving it. Somebody's actually in a GT4 here today, so there's getting some activity on here, really. The BMW driver with the GT4. See how fast he can go. But yeah, I haven't gotten just around much, and after, well, SimRacing.gp implemented AMS support and it immediately died because it was so broken, I haven't done really much. I mean, I could do, and what at this point is formally known as SimRacing 604, because today SimRacing 604 has been rebranded to, I think, NARS is the name. Haven't gotten around the name yet, but yeah, that was announced today. Rebranding is more or less happening as we speak. That is news to even me, who's a steward over there. I mean, I guess I'm also out of the loop there a bit. But yeah, those guys are hosting AMS2 events. I have attended some of them, but I also stopped attending there because, well, it's again under the week. It fucks with my sleep a bit too much to wake up at 2 in the morning. I do it still at times, but it's just like, is it worth it for AMS2? I wasn't quite sure about that. From the bit of experience I had with the sim, it wasn't like, even if you exclude the game server being absolute garbage, I had enough issues with the game that it was like, you know, you didn't make a particularly good first impression, and I'm not really drawn much into the sim if there's have to go out of my way to find racing in it. And the racing product I also got wasn't particularly like the highest end either. Not to the fault of really AMS2, it's just I had either people who were like significantly more slower than me, or like some alien who was 4 seconds a lap faster. And I'm just like, you know, it's not that entertaining to do that then. This is a bit of a charm. You're dealing with those issues. But yeah, I mean, I've really hungered down with like... Actually, I've just noticed that is not a GT4. I'm stupid, that is not actually a GT4 that we're dealing with there. That is actually a GT3 driver. This AK guy. He's actually GT3. It's just for some reason all the other GT3 drivers have grey, so Pro-Am stickers on for are classified all of them as Pro-Am, while I am, and that's one GT3 driver classified as Pro, which is interesting. Because this would indicate the server is set to using the, well, ACC rankings. Where usually most people per default get to Pro. You have to kind of like try to not be Pro. If you've done enough league racing, you have a high safety rating basically instantly. Your car control should be high enough as well. As long as you're not driving this car, for example. And even then, I'm keeping those numbers pretty high still. And if you do league racing, you gain very quickly ELO rating, which means you very quickly reach the 99 cap for your RC, or your racecraft rating. Because that's just an ELO rating behind it, and you can just... The ELO rating goes way too high and the racecraft rating can easily be maxed. But the safety rating can be a bit difficult. Yeah, as I said, both you should relatively quickly be able to max. Once I start league racing, I basically max them instantaneously. Although if you're a driver who struggles with driving, then probably struggle. I mean, even the GT3s are going like 48 or something. It's like, this is downright strange here, how slow stuff is going. Perhaps the server is just less rubber than usual, because I have looked at the timing sheet for this, and they say that the fastest time is a 43 in GT3, which is, I think, perfectly reasonable. It's a very fast GT3 time. Perfectly reasonable. GT4 54.3. That's a bit much fast. I am, I think, going the pace of like the second fastest car. Well, I think, slot into second fastest, because I think the next fastest car would be 56 or something. And I'm going slightly quicker than that. We're gonna try a qualifying run. Even though I usually don't do this, but I just want to, you know, send a message. But hey, here's the first GT3 is coming around to pass me.
Car on the right. Well,
55.5. Man, you're struggling to even just get by me. in the first part of the straight. He just like... That was a bit of a lockup, which meant I went deep there. That's fine. That was again a bit too fast. And all the time is gone again. Yeah, I guess there's a bit more pace now. Maybe the track has gone too fast. That's the rubber condition. Yep, it is by fast. Which is why we're going faster right now. We finally have rubber on the track. And that's pretty neat. Oh, there's the pro BMW coming out of the pits. There's actually quite a few people in the M4 on the server. I think you can pick the old cars as well. I think they haven't limited car selection to only new cars. There's at least something. Why you're passing me necessarily around the outside, I do not understand. That doesn't make sense, because, you know, usually I would drift out there. It's not like you started passing me when I was still mid-corner, so, you know, you weren't stuck on the outside. Another duty-free coming up. What are you saying? Question mark.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Because, you know, I need context so I can answer what you're questioning yourself over. For what I'm doing these laps here. How much I need to practice, oh god. Now I understand. If you read the fucking sentence beforehand, you actually understand people's questions. Yes. Yes, I now understand. Okay, how much do I need to practice? 20 laps. I need to get 20 valid laps in. I think I have not invalidated a single lap so far. So, and the readout down there says I'm on lap 15. I have to do one more because actually that is not the completed lap count, that is the current lap I'm on, A, and B, I have to do one more because this counts also the out lap. So, but I am planning to actually do a push lap afterwards, so I can probably also like come in early, because I want to do a qualifying lap to like set something decently fast. Pace is dropping a bit off. there.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Although, I mean, I'm just lapping like 56s right now. Yeah, for race pace is pretty decent. Surprisingly, this is like... I thought like, oh no, 40 minutes of driving, this is gonna be like... On this practice server, this is gonna pull... It's gonna be like... What's the right term in English for this? In German you would say it's zieht. It's a stretch. Would be stretch. Although with a bit more negative connotation. The time stretches itself. Yeah. I thought it would do that way more, but like this has been very much a non-problem. You know? It's a decent sign considering I need to do if I actually do this solo, the 24-hour race, I will have to do this a long time. I'm gonna be done with Barcelona for sure for like months after that, but you don't get often chances to where organizers are like, well, you can sign up with a single driver. Like single to 5 driver entries are permissible. I'm just like, that means I'm permissible. Which is good enough. Like that's a kind of like once in a lifetime chance. It's so rare that something like this happens. The issue is that I haven't done really anything longer than 6 hours. 6 hours is easy. It's easily done, as I've demonstrated. Even when you have somebody coming after you. Like 6 hours is doable. $24 on the other end. Boy, it's a different ballpark. And I would have liked to just do like 12 or so. It's like a benchmark before, but I mean there aren't that many 12-hour races either. There was actually a 12-hour race at Bathurst scheduled this weekend. Although they did shorten it to 6 hours and well. I didn't pursue getting a team there either. It's a bit disappointing. I joined MNR with the intention of doing endurance racing and they really didn't like provide anything. It's like pulling fucking teeth and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna win. Man, I've started there. I will be completely honest. When I first got a steering wheel and like drove stuff on the RF2 demo, in fact, and then on RF2 itself, it's like just you would start getting winded after fucking 12 laps. It was physically demanding enough on me. It was physically and mentally absolutely destroying me. And the reason I'm perfectly fine driving without auto clutch is because back then I was driving without it and I was flying off the circuit every other corner. Around Tobane. With the Megane. Although those two, that track and that car is like not easy to drive at all. Absolutely not particularly forgiving. I mean, it's... But yeah, 6 hours in comparison is like... relatively... It's not easy, really, right? But like... one of the big concerns for me is for the 24-hour race is sleep deprivation. Because I know how much my body is like, if it wants to shut down it will, and it will not give me a second chance. That sounds good. But like, when I started with TMX wheel, obviously, so and I had played like on a controller for a few years, Project Cars, first one. I had decades before I played like GTR2 and stuff, and like arcade settings and things like that. So I came definitely familiarized with racing games. Man, I'm going red now slow. Like a full second off the pace, that's a bit slow. To improve a bit. Well, I mean, as long as I don't get trapped in, so that's fine. But yeah, it's... And I had force feedback already. The force feedback does a lot. Although, I think with the 240 degrees you're referring to the Momo, and I... It's literally a G29, reminds me of a meme. Oh yeah, you mean a meme with G25, G27 and G29. I mean, there's subtle differences between them all, but like... It's mainly how the button faces. Just remaked. I mean, genuinely, they did that. They've just done that for like over a decade at this point. Just change the button faces out a bit, and that's fine. Just change the real room a bit, and it's all gonna be good. And perhaps streamline your production again. Switch out a few components so they are easier to construct. I mean, you could also say they're still doing that with your headsets and stuff. I mean, sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel, pun not intended. I mean, besides the G633 headset that I have, if it wasn't eating micro USB cables, I would have absolutely no complaints with it. But I still need new micro USB cables for the bloody thing. Because they just keep fucking dying. It's not quite its fault. The original micro USB that came with it lasted a long enough time. The annoying part is Logitech does have a website for replacement parts and stuff. Really nice. But like, you know, if you try to order anything in Germany, it just says it's out of stock. Like, the part is not available. If you're in the US, you can totally actually order stuff. Replacement parts. But in Germany, it's just like, nope. And that was the case for months, so I just thought, okay, fine, I'm gonna order off Amazon new ear pads. And buy an angled micro USB cable to end the fucking war that I'm having here with these cables just constantly failing. And then that cable failed as well. It's just... Like, the fucking war doesn't... Micro USB cables are a fucking pain in the ass because they just keep the data lines failing in them. It's just pain. I'm using the cable right now for that headset from my... what's it called? From my drawing tablet, Wacom. I mean, I don't use that thing that often. Should probably use it more often. for the headset to connect it to the PC. It's a Logitech headset. I've been talking about the G633. It's an old at this point, but I'll use micro USB still. Most things still for me use micro USB. The only thing that uses USB-C are my index controllers and well, the entire household. My mother's tablet and phone at this point, and my brother's phone uses USB-C. That's it. All battery banks still USB-C. Not USB-C, micro B. My phone, micro B. What the hell exists? Used to use. All my Vive trackers use micro B. So yeah, I use micro B to provide power, and because it's a full-on headset, gaming headset, with microphone and everything. I rarely use it. I don't use it on stream because, well, I have my index, which has audio solutions, both for the microphone, which is a really good one. It's the headset microphone in the index, and you have speakers on the side, so I can have audio as well. But when I'm not, well, in VR, I need the audio headset obviously still. And well, that Logitech headset that is like, God knows, a decade at this point, nearly old. As I said, I've replaced the ear pads on the thing because they were starting to fall off. Then, you know, it's getting old. It still works, it's just I constantly have to buy. It's just the quality of micro USB cables are just so fucking terrible that the data lines start failing in them, and you can only use them as charging cables afterwards. Like, the plug is fine, it's just it suffers a cable break inside. Just after the plug, always. It's not like... It's just... The cable has to run somewhere. Has to run over my shoulder, so... It just has to bend a bit. Because it sticks out of the bottom of the headset, it's... And these, like, massive plugs they run. Yeah. Yeah, as long as it works, it works. I used for like years and years and years I don't know, Thrust? Not Thrustmaster, like Trust audio headsets, and those died at some point just. They just stopped responding completely over the USB cable. That was a bit sad. God, I'm going really slow right now. But hey, actually, I have completed my 22 laps, I just noticed. Lamar, well, not paying attention, I've completed 22 laps. Let's go for a push lap. Right. I'm pretty sure I can go faster than this. Like, sure, these tires have seen better days already. I mean, I've put nearly an hour worth of laps at this point on them. Put already 20 laps on them. Let's see what we can push out of them, because I'm pretty sure it should be a bit faster than what I've been going. Track is more rubbered in. So should be able to go a bit faster. But yeah, I mean, I'm not an audio snob or something, it's just it has to sort of work and not constantly like disconnect, which is the stuff that I'm suffering with. But yeah, the issue with the long plugs, I just decided to like One's like, hey, it's by an angled cable, because for example the drawing tablet cable, which has been working now for actually quite a while, that is angled. But that angled cable also decided to fail. I think what killed that one is that literally its own weight killed it. It was hanging down. And to get to my PC I'm also using an... If it ain't broke, don't fix it, yeah. I mean, it is broken in the sense that I keep having micro B cables that fail. And, you know, I don't want to also kill the micro B cable on my drawing tablet. It was pretty nice, that cable. And I was at the time a cheapskate and bought the non-Bluetooth variant of the tablet. So, I mean, I could use any micro B cable if it dies, but like, it's kind of nice with its angled cable. It's a pretty nice tablet. It's just, I bought the small one and I bought one that had no Bluetooth. Because at the time I wasn't using Bluetooth, but since starting to use my keyboard, I'm definitely more happy to use Bluetooth, because it's just, you know, way less of a pain in the ass with cables. Like, I'm at a level of like a fucking server basically worth of cables in some ways. If you can avoid the one set, it's kind of like neat. Like, I've sweared by wired for so long, but like, god damn it. Rechargeable is also good. Enough, at least.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Okay, the guy at least already escaped. But yeah, if I'm focusing, I can go significantly faster. Although, focusing for 24 hours straight is gonna be like... I think that's a bit unlikely for me to be able to pull that off. The lap time is pretty solid, this one. Despite the tires are definitely not the newest anymore, but definitely holding up still. You always have to see how it's gonna... Yeah, I was like that at first, but it's like... You know, but it's like once you start switching over to some things being Bluetooth, it's kind of neat. I started a bit with Bluetooth because the Windows Mixed Reality needs actually a Bluetooth adapter, otherwise you cannot use the controllers, which is a bit stupid. So I had one from that, and I specifically bought a Bluetooth keyboard because you don't just get Bluetooth, you also get like proprietary wireless where you need specifically to use their adapter, and it's like bullshit. But Bluetooth specifically is like, yeah, you can just pair it with things and it works. And this Bluetooth keyboard has been like an absolute lifesaver, this thing. Like an absolute perfect little device here. I really like it. Alright then, I've done the laps, but we wanted to do a brief push lap here. See how far I can like actually, if I can challenge this guy with his stupidly fast lap. A bit, that would be neat. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna end it sooner rather than later. Because we have done the necessary laps already. I'm just gonna try a few laps and see if I can do something. Could probably take more fuel out. But this is fine. Probably should really think about like buying a new wheel. because that is a bigger concern in my like micro USB troubles. Although I do have actually micro USB troubles also with my phone now, which isn't fun. It seems to not be charging at a normal rate anymore. It's charging very slowly at this point, even when I plug it into a wall charger. Which means it can take like 6 hours or so to charge. Which is a bit excessive at this point. It is starting to get up in age. It's about... how many years at this point old? 3 years. Not that old. I mean, I used my S3 for years. Years and years and years. So... when did I get my S3? I got my S3 in 2014. When I was 16. So, and I used... it was at that point like... it got bought relatively late in the S3 life cycle. So it was a relatively new S3. It got used for like a year or two by my father before, then I got it. 16, I used it up and so that must have been 2014 as I said. And then must have used it up to 2019, so that's actually 5 years. And I was definitely struggling towards the end. The thing was absolutely pain. And this thing is also kind of struggling when I'm trying to multitask on it. It really doesn't like the idea of doing that. When I rapidly switch between two apps, it often unloads one of them and has to reload it, and it's just... that's pain. That's a lot of pain. It's like, hey, I want to send some images over Discord, and it's just... it unloads the gallery and I have to scroll back through the gallery to find the images that I want to send. Because I have to send them in multiple batches. And then Discord unloads, it's like... it turns into like an absolute Herculean effort. But it still works enough, I guess. But yeah, the big concern is that steering wheel. I think I'm just gonna buy a new rim and solve this problem that way. Buy the open wheeler rim and just stick with the T300. I mean, it's not like steering wheels are gonna get cheaper anytime soon. On the other hand, if anything, you can probably expect everything to get more expensive. It's a bit pain. Oh, I'm talking too much because I'm not actually improving on my lap. I'm on the fly, I'm not even improving at all. I think I can just scrap this. I would like to go sub 55. Get a high 54, that would be quite nice. I think I can do that. It is a stretch. So even in Qualy trim, this is definitely a bit of a stretch. But I should be able to do that. Slightly too hot. Slightly too hot again. If you can carry it. I remember for SRXP 4 hours of Barcelona, my qualifying lap was completely sideways in that corner. I need about 6/10 to get through. That's more like it. Oh, I broke very early there. Compromise the X a little bit. I would say this is good enough. Yeah. I think you're not alone. Man, there's so much pace that suddenly came there together. I think this is good enough. We don't need to beat this 54-3 guy. We don't need to. I just wanted to demonstrate how fucking fast this thing can go. So everybody knows that I'm dead fucking serious about this shit. And shouldn't be messed with. Right, okay then. As I've done the laps, has the website already updated or... well, it probably will take the end of the session before we get an update. Oh no, it's actually up to date. Pretty nice. We can sign up already. Then, yep. Yeah, the Maserati up in P2 on the standing sheet. P3 is a Porsche with a 56.7. He has done also 20 laps already. It should list the conditions at the end, but it doesn't. It's a bit sad. And then we have this. What country is that? Lithuania. Lithuanian of yeah. I'm not gonna pronounce his name as. Well, actually, I'm gonna try. Stepano Vikis. Vikis or something like that. Stepanovic, in full name Dominikas Stepanovicis. Yeah, it's a fucking long name. But fastest fuck guy. That dude is really fast. 72 laps done on the server. So that's a very solid lap. Right, registration. Shall we enter? Scroll, where is it? Where's my Maserati? There's the Maserati. I can't choose a custom livery because I'm not. Got practice laps. Yep. Team Iris. Get a 25 minus 25 rating penalty. Man, I have 1072 rating, and that is like fucking nothing, and I wouldn't be bothered by. Okay. I mean, there's some more information. Read more here. First, connect the server. Join the server. Importance. Yeah. Receiving the car. This just explains basically the entire procedure of Rouseop. This does not explain their position on how many drivers this event. Oh yeah, this event has drivers up. Registered Steam ID, which is probably mine. Yep, it's mine. I mean, I haven't set up properly. I mean, it logged all my laps correctly, so. Right, I think we're all set at this point. Prepped everything, we've put a statement in there, and there are now 2 GT4s on the grid at least. It was a bit interesting because looking at the GT4 practice standings, and there is, okay, there's a few drivers that have completed 20 laps, which is, I think maybe the Ginetta entry, okay, there's So we have 2 drivers that are driving Audis, both of them Lithuanian, so maybe those 2 are forming an entry. Although the second driver has not completed his 15 laps, his 20 laps yet. He has only 15 so far. And he's lapping 57, so that's a bit of a relief, you could say. There's a Porsche driver who has completed 20 laps. There's 2 Ginetta drivers who have both completed 20 laps. So I don't quite know why there's like... Pretty sure the 2 Audi drivers are forming an entry and they probably signed up already. The Ginetta should already also sign up. Those 2 Ginetta drivers also being both Spanish. I will get me murdered if I say that wrong. And then there's another Spaniard with the Porsche. With an Italian in a Mercedes lapping 2:01s, but he has only 9 laps completed, so he has to do a bit more. Yeah, there's definitely, there should be, I think, another GT4 entry. Should be at least 2 GT4 entries. The Audis and the Ginettas probably forming 2 entries. Then me, a 3rd entry. Forming the 3rd entry. Right. So. Do they actually allow old cars? Or no, they don't seem to list the old cars actually on the list of available cars. Huh. All cars don't seem to be listed. You can enter obviously with a Nissan. There's also no Reiter available or no Jag. But at least they left off the Maserati in there, like, oh yeah, it's just GT4. We don't know. Because you don't know if they suddenly just decide to be like, oh well, the Maserati is just so shit, nobody will drive this. And I'm just like, bitch, please, sit down. Let us have a talk about this. Yeah, let's exit the server. On another note, we have... How many GT3s are in? So, there are 22 GT3s and not 37 drivers. So, on 24 teams in total. So, there's a few more drivers that have to like do their laps and then sign up with their respective team. The process is a bit weird because effectively each driver signs up himself and then selects his team that he's part of. Which is what creates this interesting situation. Right then. Okay, I mean I could grab also the regulations briefly. The driver who wants to register and participate in a special event will complete 20 laps in the event's free practice server to be able to register for the event and to the registration. Oh yeah, I can close their software. Which is, they have a weird client that they want you to run, and it's like, you have to literally select it in the taskbar and close it that way. In its little icon in the taskbar instead of just closing the window, because that doesn't close it. Which is a bit silly. Remember, so the team if you plan. It's not possible to participate using one simulator in ACC. Extension: one team shares one car. If you want to have several cars on your team, you need to create multiple teams with multiple cars. Yep. Registration fee for this race is free for everyone. There's a minimum number of drivers in a team is set at 1. Their personal data is permitted to be shared with sponsors and partners of the championship who may use it for public relations and marketing. Last day before the race, every driver of each team must confirm their participation inside the event. Confirm registration button. If a driver has not confirmed his participation before the 8th, which would be Saturday at midnight. Wait, no, actually, oh, sorry, not midnight, 11 GMT, 1 hour before the race starts, the driver will be removed from the registration automatically. Rate more about endurance racing on ACC. The confirmation button is, I think, not available yet. Endurance racing. Briefing starts 1 hour before the start of the race. Qualification. Oh, and this is interesting stuff. Okay, there is a maximum stint timer of 65 minutes, and there's a minimum of 10 mandatory pit stops. To make a mandatory pit stop count, a tire change is a must. Okay. Which is maximum total drive time for each driver team. One driver teams have 32 hours, which is nice. 2 driver team have 16 hours of maximum, if they actually set it correctly and you don't run immediately out of it. I think these guys actually were able to set it correctly last time. And for 5 drivers, you can drive up to 6 hours. Total, obviously. But yeah, the stint time of 65 minutes means it's pretty solid for me. I don't have to like push maximum. There's 10 pit stops. Yeah. Division 1 is streamed and WS social because there's only one division. In-game chat is forbidden. Yes. I must follow the racing rules. According FIA touring car sporting and worldwide sim racing series and league regulations. Post-race driver report in addition to live race controlled 24 hours after the race finish, every team will be able to send post-race driver reports. But no condition. Penalties will be enforced automatically by ACC for cutting the track and speeding the pit lane. Okay. An event condition inside the event settings table. Conditions will be updated 24 hours before the event based on the real-life weather forecast. Let's hope it's not fucking rain, because I don't want to drive under rain for 24 hours. Internet connection. Every driver is responsible for the stable internet connection on his side. Drivers with an unstable stuttering connection will get a warning notification. Server/Discord and may be kicked. It's not sent to the server in time, and your car may seem to be teleporting for other drivers. Yes. Normal stuff. Car livery. It is available to upload livery by a premium user inside the event page by navigating to the registration. Before uploading your livery to the system, please check your skin on ACC. Car livery folder should be uploaded to the system using the WSS app. By default, custom liveries are not installed for participants who are in game freezes and performance issue. However, if you have no problem with that and would like to, you need to enable the setting. Okay. So these guys are, they implemented this that it doesn't sync the liveries automatically about, 10 months ago for the December 6-hour race at Spa. They implemented this. And since then they haven't updated it, despite that ACC changed how the custom liveries are handled, that if you have DDS files, it basically causes no freeze anymore. There's absolutely no freeze of that. So yeah, there's that. I guess the channel for Simulation 604 got deleted. His channel. I will want to watch his big leak announcement. Although I guess that means his. Oh yeah, it's an unlisted video, so I guess he's gonna continue with his YouTube career. It's just he's just not gonna continue on making running the league. The league ran itself effectively the entire time, and he was just the poster child. But I think this is just also way better, frankly, because I'm running hits to the Simulation 604. It's wait, what? Because I think most people connect with the guy instead of that there's an entire group and league behind it. We still have the Simulation 604 logo, but we're now with a new name on SGP. That's interesting. Right. Should probably do some LFM tomorrow, perhaps. Maybe. Probably won't do driving because I have then Spa coming up with the Maserati this week. And then Suzuka also in PLR. And then on Friday, as a primer, I have a 2.4 hour race again in the 2.4 hour series at Indy. Yeah, my car won't be particularly doing too well on that track. But I'm leading our championship actually, so that's gonna be fun. Like, definitely there will be faster guys there. But I at least don't have a penalty like I had for, you know, SRXP Season 9 when heading to that race. But yeah, so it won't be a particularly easy one because the points, I mean, Battenberg is gonna probably try running away with this one. The funny thing is that there are definitely teams that had like where's actually one of the race winners? One of the race winners is Paul Simsport, and they finished really badly in the second race now. What did they even intend? Let me just check. Paul Simsport results. Misano. Because if you've signed up, you're probably listed already as like attending. Even if you like, yeah, they didn't attend actually. They DNF'd. They didn't ever start. So yeah, that didn't go well for them. Oh, they changed the point scoring for the Own It Cam Sport car, so that could keep its 8 points at least for the DQ. So he's kept his points despite being DQ'd, while the other two cars that have DNF'd did get their points removed. Fair enough. At least that's nice to see, because that KTM just got absolutely murdered there. Got ACC'd harder than anyone else ever could. Right. I mean, it will be Indy, and then in just under 3 weeks it will be Hungaroring, so we will finally go then at a good track for me again. Hungaroring followed by Laguna Seca. Don't know how my Maserati does it there, but it's probably not bad. Although there are some braking zones that could definitely fuck with me pretty badly. Although it's definitely not a high-speed track, and it has some decent medium-speed corners in the middle sector. That should suit my car. So it shouldn't be too bad. Brands, I didn't do particularly well at SRXP, but the track should be pretty suited to my car. Imola, I've done really well with the Maserati there. I think it's definitely very competitive on that track. And the Glen, do I need to explain the Glen? For the Maserati, it's like, it's really nice that is the season closer in December for the 2.4 hour series, and I think I can actually fight for the championship in that championship. Although it's definitely in this case really helped that like some people have missed the race here, and well, that's helped. Races counted for the standings are 6 races. Wait a second, how many rounds are there on? Hold on. I think there are more. Yeah, there's 8 races. You can totally skip a race here. You can actually skip 2 races easily. I mean, that is an advantage in part for me because, well, it means I don't have to quite defend. It's like I don't have to like perform that well at Indy, because there's just enough like tracks that I think I'm really good at, like Imola and Glen and Hungaroring. Those are definitely like 3 other tracks, and I've had good races with the first 2 tracks, so you know, if I keep finishing on the podium, that's not gonna be easy for people to beat. If I just keep doing that, and I think I can definitely do that on those 3 tracks, if not fight for wins. I think that's definitely under possibility. Right. I think I've done enough tonight. Yeah, I think this is a decently sized stream. Well then, I've got a ping from over here. What do you guys want to ping me for? Somebody wants cuddles, I guess. I think I will just go to regular bed. Now. Was a bigger reply to the peak multi-class clip with "Oh that DPI," and then people are like, "Please kill me" face on that one. Yeah. What beautiful that clip. Right. Okay then. Let me. No, I don't want to. No. Stop doing that. I want to briefly move this thing slightly right. So it stops being in my way, and then swap overlay and call it a night. Good night. Bye bye.